Namaste, angels. This is the weekly love reading for sacred unions, divine beings, the 144,000 illumined ones, and the elect ones, twin flames, right? Yeah, you guys are who I read for primarily, and I'm sticking it out. I continue to do the general reading and the love reading. Those are the readings that I've always done since I've been on YouTube. I've always read for this sort of cohort, this family, extended soul family of the elect ones and the illumined ones. And with all the difficulties that I have with YouTube, I get less and less views on those videos. So now, because of that, well, I had started doing astrological videos, readings also, bi-weekly readings. And the first, I guess, couple or few that I did, worked out fine. And then somewhere after like the third time, maybe, something weird happened where only the earth sign videos were getting views. I don't know how that works or why that is. Why YouTube, they must be putting those out, they must be actually putting them in the feed and showing people, hey, here's a Virgo reading, here's a Taurus reading. Whereas they don't do that for the other signs with my videos. I don't know. As a matter of fact, this last time, even the Capricorn reading didn't get many views, which is weird, just the Taurus and the Virgo. So I don't know what that's about, but we get less and less for these. However, I'm going to keep on pushing as long as I can to do them. But I did wait until what is now, coincidentally, exactly 4:44 a.m. to do the love reading because I wanted to give people a chance to watch the general reading first. I'm going to put my light on. Let's get some extra energy in here. Yeah, I wanted to, give people a chance to watch the general reading and for that to start generating some views. Although oh, there it goes. Isn't that funny? It just started playing when I'm talking to you about it. Okay, that was weird. I forgot what I was saying now because that was so bizarre. I don't know. Anyway, I waited. So here I am. Let's get into the love reading. We are beginning with Forget It, which showed up in the general. Stay in bed and spend money. Spirit says massage. Email. And 29, which came up twice in the general reading. 29 is all about spiritual partnerships, of different kinds, but this is the love reading. So now we're talking about spiritual partnerships of the romantic nature. Very nice. What's even more weird about that video having started is that my laptop isn't even working. I have to send it back to the manufacturer again. It's working, but it's not working like it's supposed to. And it keeps going black and stuff. And, it's covered under repair warranty. So I'm happy to send it right on back until they get it right. And it doesn't cost me anything. Anywho, let's get into the reading. So I have the romance angels here. And we're beginning with, it's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. So this is a very like Six of Pentacles kind of energy that is about love being able to pass both ways and us being able to, receive it as much as we're willing to give it, which tends to be most difficult for most people, the receiving part. Right underneath it, although upside down, is soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. And right underneath that one is calling in your soulmate. So I'm going to say that's probably what's happening right now. And there's probably a lot of people who were in separation because of Mercury retrograde. That happens a lot. And now it's like, okay, well, Mercury's going direct today, so you can come on back now. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Even people who you had started talking to, like maybe right before, and then all of a sudden things didn't work out, they went left. It could have been because of Mercury retrograde, and now the energy clearing up and freeing up for you to give and receive love again. Also, this fear came up big time for the feminine in the general reading. That was basically a love reading. Almost every card that I pulled, even though I shuffled and I cut into like 15 different piles, I really cut the cards a lot and shuffled the cards a lot. Almost every card that I pulled was of the elements of water, cups, the suit of cups. So it was basically like a love reading, even though it was the general reading. And in a general sense, the feminine very clearly was fearful of moving forward with something. So it could definitely be romance. She even got the Two of Cups as an advice card. So from the Universal Love Oracle, divine guidance with like this moon here. So this is a very Piscean kind of card too. And that's where I felt the water was coming from. Maybe again, because of Mercury retrograde, like all the water in terms of all the cups cards that I pull, very Piscean. And, you know, probably because Mercury had been retrograde there before moving into Aquarius. And so now it's like with Mercury going direct, those signs that were most impacted, Pisces, Gemini, Virgo, freed up the energy for us. So here comes this Piscean energy. Also, there's a moon on here. And today, not only does Mercury go direct, but we also have the event of the full moon in Virgo. And we've got all this earth in this picture too. So this card is very full moon in Virgo. You see the trees and things like that. But what the message is with the infinity symbol that's here, or the 8, depending upon how one looks at it, is that abundance and guidance and support is infinite. We can never ask for it too much. It never runs out. It's always there and available to us. And when the moon shows up, for me, the way that I interpret the energy is that it is guiding us to surrender to whatever guidance we've received. So similar to what came up again in the general reading, there was a moon, the moon card, Major Arcana card 18, showed up particularly for the feminine. And she is guided to surrender and pay attention and follow the intuitive messages that she receives. Any psychic guidance, spiritual guidance, awareness that she receives, she is guided to follow it to the letter this week. And, you know, funny enough, the next card here is upside down as well, but it's listening. And it is a feminine, and she's nude, and a feminine nude body for me is also about vulnerability and surrender. Right? You can't be much more vulnerable than when you're completely naked. And so this is about surrendering and listening to the guidance that she's receiving from the universe here. And it's a very Aquarius energy, this card, with the star showing up on this card. And that's where Mercury is now. So Mercury is going direct, but where it's going direct is in the sign of Aquarius. The next card is also upside down, and it is Sacred Union. So a lot of this energy already too between the Calling in Your Soulmate card, the Soulmate card, and now Sacred Union. And that could be what we're being guided to surrender to, right? Just let go of your fears, again, about love. It's safe for you to love, and allow yourself to be swept away, overwhelmed by love. Here we have 2 decks, the Angel Tarot and the Animal Tarot mixed up. And we are beginning with the energy of the King of Fire, who is motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Take advice from someone creative. So this is like guidance to listen also, right? If you have an opportunity to get advice from someone creative, take it and follow it. Listen to it is what this is saying. Or maybe from the creator, right? The universe again. Follow that guidance. The King of Fire is a Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Perhaps here, specifically a Sagittarius for two reasons. Again, upside down, but right behind it is Major Arcana card, the Sun. Major Arcana card 19, the Sun, with Archangel Uriel. Happy outcome, brilliant new ideas that lead to success if you have confidence in yourself. So the Sun in the tarot represents the sign of Sagittarius. The actual Sun, like Earth's star, the Sun rules the sign of Leo. So it can, maybe it's more specifically a Sagittarius or Leo. The other reason that I was saying maybe Sagittarius is that although in my readings, the way that I feel the energy, I tend to attribute the pages to the mutable signs because that's the youthful energy. Traditionally in the tarot, the King of Wands is a Sagittarius. It's a Sagittarius energy. It's all about wisdom and positivity and very strong masculine energy. Maybe they chose Sagittarius because, like, you know, the king or daddy of planets is Sagittarius' ruler, Jupiter. That may be why. I'm not really sure. In any case, because it's a court card, it's often an actual person in your life. Could be your own energy or could be representative of somebody else. The King of Fire or Wands in the tarot also is the quintessential divine masculine, right? It's the representation of the divine masculine. So that could be who would represent, regardless of what sign he may be, he or she may be in your life. Or, of course, it can be representing a direct fire sign. And again, if it is, I'd say in the order of Sagittarius, Leo, then Aries. So if you know more than one fire sign that's significant to you, again, in my opinion, it'd be that in that order. Another thing that this Sun is representing, even though it's upside down, is that whatever information is hidden from us right now, whatever we're not given the full picture of right now, because perhaps of the full moon in Virgo, soon we will. Soon we'll get clarity. So it's like upside down because it's like not time yet to get the information. But anytime the Sun, you know, shows up in a reading with the moon, it's about things that had been hidden being revealed. Like what's done in the dark always comes to light. So we'll be shown some things that are happening. The King of Wands, also again, in general, a very positive card in terms of your work. It's maybe you'll be called to be some sort of leader, get a promotion, like something supervisory or managerial, or some other situation where you may have to show somebody else something in terms of love. Very, very positive. And it's like a very masculine and like protective energy. It's that sort of, you know, I'm provider, you know, like very traditional provider sort of imagery that we, many of us have been raised with. I know that maybe not so much anymore. People are sort of, you know, they don't care about, everything is like unisex now. But some of us were raised with this very strong representation of what masculinity meant. And that's like the feeling that comes from this card. And lastly, from the angel therapy cards, be willing to forgive. Ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. So I used these cards in the general reading and I forgot to pull the advice from them. So I have not shuffled that deck. I left it as is so that I'll pull two cards from there for this reading. The first will be the one that we didn't get in the general, and then the second from, you know, additional message specific to this reading. All right, so let's do this. Another thing about the King of Wands, now that I think about it, is in terms of spirituality, it can be about, you know, growth and like sort of being focused and on your way, on your path spiritually. And that is something that came up quite a bit in the general reading too, increase in spirituality. And these relationships, again, the kind that I read for when I do these love readings and when I do the general reading for the week are for those people who consider themselves, you know, divine beings or twin flames, or to be in partnerships that they consider twin flame unions or sacred unions or divine unions, or, you know, again, there's many names for them. Some people call them catalyst relationships. So those are spiritual relationships. That can be another reason why the King of Wands is showing up here too. So again, I've been I like to cut normally into 6 when I cut my cards. But because I have these 2 decks here, again, mixed up, I've just been cutting into as many piles as I sort of can. Just to show you guys, we're shaking them up real good. We're mixing them up real good. And I already, shuffled them and cut them and everything off camera too. So this is just for good measure, as they say. There we go. This is the same card that I came to in the general reading when I showed everybody what card I was up to. It was the 2 of Pentacles or 2 of Autumn. You may be under stress because of multiple jobs or too many responsibilities for one person to manage. It's important to balance your work and your personal life and to bring a spirit of fun to all you do. So this card can also be about, like, if you're single, for example, maybe because you're single, you're like, well, let me dive into my work because I don't have anybody to come home to, so I might as well work. And that may be why you're not meeting anybody either, or why you're not being successful in, like, when you do meet somebody, taking it to the next level or the next step of progressing with them because you spend too much time at work or working or focused on money, and different things, or maybe they do, right? The other person does. So there's a need for balance in those areas to be more social. Also, in a more positive sense, the 2 of Autumn can be about being swept off your feet, which I also mentioned at the beginning of this reading, the possibility for that to be happening with somebody. So that can happen. We may, if we're coupled already, we may be, like our ships may be crossing in the night, as they say, because we could be too involved in things like our work and not being social enough together, not spending enough time nurturing our relationship, ourselves, our partner. All of those, what the 2 of Autumn is about. So with that, let's get started with we'll do the spread from the Divine Masculine's perspective first. So this will be Divine Feminine, the masculine as it relates to the feminine, himself, and the union or connection as a whole, right? For singles, for couples, for people who are in separation, whatever the case may be. Overall, there's the outcome. I usually don't do that first, but with whatever, I was moved to. What the masculine, what energy he would have the feminine give to the union or connection this week. What energy he himself is willing to. It's funny that all the cards are from this deck, the Animal Tarot thus far. And what the universe would have each or both of us, what energy the universe would have each or both of us give to the connection this week. And even wants to help us with, but we have to first affirm because we have free will. So we have to, again, ask the universe for support and guidance and accept it and, right, and surrender to it, listen to it in order for it to help us with whatever this is. Again, overall energy is the 2 of Autumn or Pentacles. Maybe because of that full moon in Virgo that occurs later today. All right, Divine Feminine. The 3 of Spring. Stop to take time to review and to make long-term plans, capitalizing upon your past successes. It's appropriate to pat yourself on the back for all of your accomplishments, but you also may need some patience in order for the next phase to play out. So the 3 of Wands is a card that says, like, we can see what we've been trying to manifest on the horizon. If it's kind of tangible now, so it's like knowing that you're going to get a check, but you haven't received it yet, So I clocked in, or I gave in my time. I've earned X amount of dollars, but I don't have it yet. But I can plan, right? I can make plans for that money and for the future, what's going to happen with me, because I know I got it. It's tangible now. So think about it in terms of what you've been trying to manifest, even if in terms of your relationships. Something is coming together. It's not completely ready yet, and you may have to be patient, for the rest of it to play out, but it is definitely taking form now. So it's moved beyond just the faith phase where you just have to believe in something that you can't see. Now you can see it. The masculine as it relates to the feminine. Ooh, Five of Autumn, Five of Pentacles. Focusing upon the negative or worrying about money. All right, what'd I say with this? Focusing upon the negative or worrying about money or your career can block your progress because your trust and faith are at a low point right now. It's not the best time to start your own business or to become self-employed. Maybe more importantly than that, especially since we're talking about love, this could be representative of feelings of fear, which I also mentioned in the beginning. Fear of abandonment, fear of commitment, fear of, some people are afraid of change in the future, right? Fear of success even is a thing. Mommy issues, daddy issues, all come with the Five of Pentacles for me in terms of love. That inability to, or fear of inability to give and receive in a healthy way, to be able to be all you want to be, or, all you feel you should be or can be, to measure up. That represents all of that. Maybe because the feminine is showing these signs of growth, this could be a sign of feeling of inadequacy on the part of the masculine. Like, well, she's progressing, and look where I am. Masculine as it relates to himself. Let's see specifically. Strength. Okay, so this is a really awesome card for him to have because he can be empowered by this energy. True strength is displayed through kindness, forgiveness, and compassion. You have tremendous personal power and courage. He may need to seek some forgiveness. He may need to offer some forgiveness. Probably both. Probably both. Major Arcana card Strength represents the sign of Leo. So it may very well be connected to that King of Wands with which we started. And as an 11 is a 2, so it's often about partnership. In any and every aspect of your life where Major Arcana card Strength shows up, you are empowered, right? It means you have the ability to face any and everything that comes your way. So whereas the masculine may be feeling inadequate, this is reassurance that he is not, right? That he has the wherewithal to handle any and every situation that comes his way and be a champion at it, right? Be victorious, the king of the jungle. The masculine, as it relates to the union or connection as a whole this week, the Five of Spring or Wands. Occasionally, you may experience clashes with others. If you decide the matter is worth your energy, then do what you can to minimize the conflict without sacrificing your goals or beliefs. So first and foremost, I think this is about him being, again, conflicted. And that is mostly in the way he feels about himself. In a more positive sense, again, this wouldn't apply to most from the energy that I'm feeling, but another meaning potentially of the Five of Wands is for me it represents like the planet. It can represent the planet Mars, so action, aggression, and hot pursuit. And this is about like going after what you want, no holds barred. Now, it is possible that one starts off like this and then realizes they're empowered and then goes in hot pursuit of what they want, which is this. Overall, the Ten of Autumn, beautiful. Contentment comes from knowing that your finances are secure and your family's material needs are taken care of. What did I say before? The King of Wands was coming across as a very strong masculine energy of I want to provide. This says I don't feel like I can provide. Not necessarily financially. It may be, that could be part of it at least. But it's like feelings of inadequacy is what I was getting. And then this supports it, right? This is that image of the leader of a family. Here's the masculine, here's the feminine, and here's all their babies. and they feel safe, they feel content, they feel happy. That's what he wants, but he doesn't feel like he can necessarily provide it. So contentment comes from knowing that your finances are secure, your family's material needs are taken care of. It's important to honor traditions and to have pride in your heritage and the accomplishments of your ancestors. This is also about like giving somebody your name. This can be about getting married and things like that too. That could be on the mind of the masculine, again, wanting to make it official, and then again, worrying about how to provide if he does. Also, the 10 of Autumn Pentacles, when it shows up in a love reading, can mean like where you've been worried maybe that your relationship is in trouble, or a person doesn't feel the same way about you that you do about them. It tends to mean like any worries we've had about the relationship or our person of interest or our mate or whatever are completely unfounded and unnecessary. So it could have been that we were tripping, again, maybe because of Mercury retrograde. What energy the masculine would have the feminine give to the union this week? It is nice. The Prince of Summer, the Knight of Cups. Romantic, flirtatious, introspective, and enchanting. A deeply emotional and probably romantic experience will sweep you off your feet. What did I say about the Two of Pentacles? This can be about being swept off your feet. And also up right behind it, I didn't realize before, but we see it now, is Major Arcana card 1, the Magician. All about what you've been trying to manifest. Or what you would like to manifest now. You're capable, you have the ability. Represents the planet Mercury and the sign of Gemini, which it rules. There's magic in the air. You can manifest any and everything you need to be successful. So a deeply emotional and probably romantic experience will sweep you off your feet. Things can move very quickly during such whirlwind encounters. So stay balanced and make decisions with both your heart and your intellect. The Prince of Summer is a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And for me, the Prince of Summer or Knight of Cups is often somebody who is returning to our life. So again, I said many could be in separation. And now that Mercury has gone direct or goes direct today, that can begin to unfold and we can come out of separation and reunite. But this is not only about reuniting. It can be about meeting somebody new again. And if you in that person, not only when you meet them, may sweep you off your feet. So the masculine wanting the feminine to be open to this. This is the energy he wants her to have this week. Himself, balance. Major Arcana card 14, balance or temperance, which represents what? The sign of Sagittarius. Yes, the sign of Sagittarius. By merging varying points of view, you can generate an extraordinary new idea, compromise with others, and collaborate to discover a better solution. So this is about, and it's a 5 of wands, basically, right? It's the element of fire, right? Sagittarius. It's sitting here next, not next to, underneath the 5 of wands. So where there has been conflict, even if it's been conflict, or maybe especially if it's been conflict where, because we have some sort of stark difference. So like, you're black and I'm white. And so we haven't been able previously to figure out how to bring that together. But now I'm figuring out if we do come together, we can be striped, or we can be gray, or we can be spotted. Right? There's ways to work around it. Maybe you have money and I don't have money. But now, I'm getting my strength about me. I'm getting my confidence about me that I know that money doesn't equate necessarily to protection and to being able to provide support and love. So this is about also where this 5 of wands does represent conflict. We've been arguing, we've been not getting along. And again, maybe most specifically with the Sagittarius and or Leo, we've not been getting along. This is a card about, negotiating and working things out and compromising, forgiveness, apologies, as is Major Arcana card Strength. the masculine's card. So this spread here could very well be, okay, there's been conflict, masculine, sort of feeling down and out, but getting up the courage to apologize and wanting the feminine to be open to receiving that and allow him to return and to come back. And, they'll just disregard the differences that they had. He's ready to, whereas it may have bothered him before that, she had more money than him or was, older or younger, or again, another race, another religion, another, different type of vibe or whatever. Figuring out how to make it work now. Temperance for me is also about recovery. So like where you had lost something, it's like an energy that helps us to feel and be made whole again in whatever area we had lost something. What the universe would have each or both of us do and even wants to help us with, but we have to first affirm because we have free will, is Major Arcana card 17, the Star, which represents the sign of Aquarius. Again, where Mercury is going direct later on today. And it's all about dreams coming true, prayers being answered, and wishes being granted. It's also about communication. So it could be connected to that first, the die that I pulled, that showed up, email. Could be connected to that. And or to 29, spiritual partnership. You are about to take a big leap forward with your life. Worry will be replaced with optimism. Fear with hope. And joy is coming home to roost. So that goes perfectly with what I said about this card. It is about any worry that you had being unnecessary. Same thing this one says. And the outcome. Boom. I'm laughing because guess what sign this card represents? Yes, Sagittarius. It is Major Arcana card 10, the wheel, which represents the planet Jupiter, and the sign of Sagittarius, which it rules. However, it's also connected to the fixed signs. So, Scorpio, Aquarius, Taurus, and Leo. Voila. We're going to do another spread. So, what I will do is, oh, look at that. All right, so they want us to see these two. It is Major Arcana card 7, the Chariot, which represents the sign of Cancer. And is it all about movement? Maybe we had some stop and go energy, right? Because of, again, Mercury retrograde potentially. And now we're on the go again. This is also a card of victory and growth and moving and movement. It can be literal. It could be metaphoric. We could be moving in together. We could be traveling to see each other. All these kind of wonderful things. You can successfully balance, or we could be doing that, right? The balance, the importance of balance. Successfully balance various or opposing energies. That means even when we had these stark differences, like what came up with temperance, we can work it out, is what this is saying too. We can do this all at once, with determination and focus. So that King of Wands energy is what's going to help us to do it. Or the Strength card is what's going to help us to do it. Determination and focus. You've earned the rewards and recognition that you're receiving. How? Manifestation, right? Whatever energy you put toward it, this is what you're getting out now. All right, so just going to put these in, like I said, very arbitrarily, and then we will shuffle them up again quickly. This other card, the Queen of Air, maybe Mercury himself coming as the Queen, or even Venus herself. Or Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, so someone likened to those traits or attributes. Independent, experienced, realistic, and witty. Objective decision-making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, and seeing the humor in a situation, so you can laugh something off. And now they want us to see the Prince of Winter, who is decisive, focused, driven, and impulsive. Also a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Or again, possibly Mercury himself or Venus herself. Get ready for progress to speed up. This situation requires you to choose logic and intellect over emotion and to make your decisions quickly. So thinking about this in terms of the Chariot, again, maybe something was stop and go, and now all of a sudden we're going to go, right? We're on the move. And that, again, can be because of Mercury retrograde. Things weren't moving, now they will be. Because it's direct. And Mercury rules travel. And electricity. And communication. So all those things that were like stopped, stifled maybe, movement now. I can't make this stuff up. It's the Two of Earth. I just felt like stopping again. Yeah. Two of Pentacles. Too much going on at once. There's a need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. So, this Two of Pentacles means the same thing as the other one that we saw in the last spread. And boom! This is the card I was talking about in the beginning with the romance angels, where I said this feels very Six of Pentacles-ish. The ability to give and receive love. And, you know, to allow it to be healthy, to pass both ways. Gifts of money, time, or effort. New career opportunities. Receiving a loan or paying off debts. It is very Taurus, this card. With all this greenery, but also very Libra. So like it's very Venus, all the signs that she rules. And there's like a bunch of, I don't know if you can see, like scattered looking air back there. For me, that's Gemini. And that's like all three signs that she rules. So that's our overall energy, more importantly. The Six of Earth. And it is the energy of exchange. The exchange of unconditional love. Divine being or couple. Recent past. Near future. Blocks to individual or shared progress. Masculine's higher self. What the feminine can do to help herself. What the masculine can. What the universe would have each or both of us do to help ourselves and even wants to help us with. But we have to first affirm because we have free will. And the outcome. Divine being or couple. The Seven of Spring, Seven of Wands. Be assertive. Believe in yourself and don't let anyone take away your personal power. Trust that your inner guidance is true and follow it completely. So remember before I was saying follow the intuition and the guidance that you receive to the letter. This is saying the same thing. So make sure you do that. And if you make decisions, like say you figure out how to work something out with somebody and, you know, thinking about the Temperance card for a second and the difference maybe bothers other people, you know, oh, how are you going to deal with this dude? You know, your girlfriend's black and you're white. Your girlfriend's, you know, 40 and you're 30. Whatever. And this is you sticking to the fact that you've decided that doesn't matter to you anymore and not letting any other people sort of change your opinion for you. If you choose to change your opinion, oh yeah, man, you know what? You're right. I'm not here for it. Then that's one thing. But don't let somebody change your mind for you. Recent past. Very nice. Major Arcana card 20, renewal or judgment, which represents the sign of Scorpio and the planet Pluto. It's time to get clarity about your life purpose and to make changes so that you're on the path most divinely suited to you. Forgive what has been without judgment. So again, this is about forgiveness and apologies and stuff. And fearlessly embrace what's to come. It's also about not being afraid of what's ahead. For me, more importantly than that maybe, judgment is a card that means that the universe is paying off, right? It's about promotion and raise and award and reward and ascension, right? It's the universe lifting you up, and then it often, you know, it shows up down here too in some way, shape, or form, because as above, so below. It's about abundance that is earned for me. Also, as it relates to relationships of all kinds, certainly romantic ones, it's about like coming to a crossroad, acknowledging that we've come to some sort of crossroad and deciding, like, where do we go from here, if anywhere, right? Some people will decide, okay, that's the end of the road for us. Or some people, okay, I want to go all the way. Then we need to, work on that. Another meaning of judgment is it's about second chances or second time around. So you could have met somebody in the past and the timing was off. It didn't work out. You couldn't get together then. And now you're meeting them again and you are able to. Or you dated before in the past. It didn't work out. And now you're going to try again. You were married before, whatever. Second chances, second time around. Masculine higher self. The Four of Wands. Very nice. Contentment, peace, and abundance. A happy home life and the successful completion of a project. He may have, gotten a home or remodeled his home or be thinking about moving or asking you to marry him or cohabitation, whatever would make him be at peace and is aligned with this reward from the universe, this abundance that he's earned. Near future. Queen of Air. Queen of Swords. Independent, experience, realistic and witty. Objective decision making. Clearing away all that no longer serves you and seeing the humor in the situation. So this could be laughing it off, working something out and laughing it off. Queen of Air again, or Swords, very possibly a direct air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And in terms of timing, it is true in the near future, the energy of Aquarius, right? The energy of Mercury. Mercury direct in Aquarius. The very near future. A few hours, actually. Blocks the individual or shared progress. Major Arcana card 7, the Chariot. The stop and go that I was talking about because of Mercury. That's been a block, right? We couldn't move because we couldn't move. Right? The movement was stifled. Again, Major Arcana card 7, the Chariot, represents the sign of Cancer. So Cancer can be particularly significant too. You can successfully balance various or opposing energies all at once through determination and focus. You've earned the rewards and the recognition that you're receiving. What the feminine can do to help herself, King of Summer, King of Cups. And this is the true divine couple, right? The King of Cups and the Queen of Swords. Mars rules Scorpio. That's that. And Venus rules Gemini. Warm-hearted, devoted, loving, and faithful, a trustworthy person or relationship enters your life. You may receive wise and compassionate advice from someone who speaks directly from the heart. So this is someone being genuine when they're coming at you. You can trust them, at least this time around. So the second time around, you can trust me this time, even if you couldn't before. Or if it's a brand new person, they're being genuine with you. It's not bullshit. What the masculine can do to help himself. 9 of Autumn. Your success has brought you financial security and the reward for much deserved time off to enjoy your own company. You may suddenly have a brilliant idea for a business or a self-employment opportunity that will be very successful. So this is telling the masculine to, basically to do some introspection and to spend some time with himself to decide what it is he wants to do and then make a move. And again, this is an energy of decision that needs to be made. So he's going to make it after, spending some time with himself and being honest with himself about what he wants or who he wants and how he wants it, and then going for it. What the universe would have each or both of us do and even wants to help us with, but we have to first affirm because we have free will, is the 8 of Autumn. Wants to help us to put the energy toward what it is we want, right? To reap what we sow. It's the perfect time to learn all you can by returning to school, taking a seminar, or conducting research. Do your best work, and the law of attraction will bring you prosperity and career advancement. And lastly, the outcome is another 9 of Pentacles. Enjoying life's little luxuries, all the stuff, all the reward that we deserved. We're enjoying it now. Spending quiet time alone, perhaps, again, to do introspection, those of us who need to, and also successful self-employment. So we're just feeling good. We're just successful. We're just happy, just content. For some of us, maybe because we ended some sort of relationship that was, right, we decided we're at crossroads and where do we go from here? Nowhere else. So now I'm going to spend some time to decide what I do want or who I do want. And for others, the Nine of Autumn, believe it or not, Pentacles, is also a super positive card and good omen for couples and in love as well. And it is about like mutual respect and adoration and, holding each other in like a high regard and, feeling supported and provided for in the ways that each archetype and or gender, does for the other. Further to that, from the romance angels to the masculine, flirt, which is also another very mutable sign sort of energy for me. So Sagittarius, like, extend your lighthearted energy to others. For the feminine, make the effort. So where you put your effort is from where you get your reward, right? This is Eight of Pentacles stuff. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Follow the intuition, follow the steps, and make the moves. Masculine, cut your cords. Queen of Swords. Ask Archangel Michael to clear away any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships, freeing you from destructive patterns, right? The Queen of Swords has a knife that can cut them away too, but you can ask Archangel Michael. Feminine, for you, for us, shield yourself. Protect yourself from harsh or fear-based energies by envisioning a cocoon of healing light surrounding you. Very similar message to each archetype there. Masculine, boom, twin flame. The answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. Just as I explained before. Feminine, singing and dancing. Express yourself and awaken your psychic senses through the magical power of music and movement. Messages, perhaps through their audience. Masculine, eternal flame. So you kind of got this sort of energy like double over here. And I think you're being guided to pursue the person that you feel that way about, as opposed to maybe a regular old relationship. Feminine, universal heart. This is a reminder that we're all very significant. Each one of us, each little dot here is part of the one, part of the source. It also is a recognition, again, of the divinity of people like us that will be watching this reading that I'm giving, and divine unions, sacred unions, twin flame relationships. Masculine, Princess of Autumn, Page of Pentacles. Cheerful, reliable, intelligent, and mischievous. A wonderful opportunity related to your work or education, such as a promotion or a scholarship. Remember I said this is about promotion, raise, success, award. Is coming your way. It can be actual money for some people, financial freedom or something, or growth. Seize this chance to learn something exciting or to start a more rewarding and uplifting career. The Princess of Autumn, I forgot to mention, is a Virgo, ruled by Mercury, Taurus, or Capricorn, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And lastly, feminine, be careful. Your responsibilities may distract you from noticing all the gifts that God is presenting to you. Be open to investigating opportunities that come your way. So just as the masculine would like us to be open this week, the cards are directing us to do the same. I hope you guys have enjoyed the love reading. I will be back with the moon reading. And if you'd like any of your own services from me, a private reading, energy healing, merchandise, just to hook up and talk for free, and be friends or something on social media. Information on how to do any and all of that will be in the description box below. If you like the video, please actually like the video. Acknowledge that you liked it by hitting the thumbs up button. If you're not yet a subscriber, please consider becoming one by hitting both the subscribe button and the bell button to be sure that you get notifications when I put up a video, so I don't have to try to wait to get views. And if you don't mind sharing, then do that as well. Namaste.